We are all set. All the alerts are coming off. That's a good thing. That means we're up and running. Good morning, everyone, and happy Valentine's Day. It is February 14th. I'm sure everyone knows that. Wearing a little red to celebrate Valentine's Day, but good morning, everyone. This is Carol Sue, aka Naughty Boss, live with Two
Sistas. Hey, good morning, everyone. It's Janice, aka Wellness Diva 5.0. And I just realized as looking at myself on the video, I just want everybody to know that I don't wear this all the time, although it may look like I wear this particular thing all the time. So just wanted to let you guys. And thank you very much. I have a delivery there. That's very nice. Happy Valentine's Day to my husband.
Yes, happy Valentine's. Come on.
Oh, isn't that sweet? Yes, I was woken up quite early. I want to say maybe about 6:30, 6:20. Jed and Ray came in to wish Nani happy Valentine's Day, and then time to get up, Non. We got gifts to open, so it was a big presentation of gifts from all ends. Papa and Jed went out shopping yesterday for all the women and all the girls and women in the house, which was really cute. And so we did, exchanging of Valentines and gifts. And then we had a nice big breakfast. While they had the big breakfast, I assisted in cooking. As most of you know, I intermittent fast, so I don't break fast till later on in the day. So yeah, it was a very festive Valentine's Day thus far. And we've got some pooling to do today. And then I believe we're going to go to a fun spot where there's some music. So it'll be a great day.
That's awesome. And, excuse me, I love Mondays, and I never would admit that or say that, or in the past, like, oh, Mondays, like really. It was a very productive weekend. Got a lot done, which always makes you feel good. Just keeping up on my little tasks and kind of rearrange some stuff electronically, making sure everything obviously corresponds with my written calendar. So it was very productive. So when I woke up this morning, I'm like, yeah, like I'm ready to tackle the day. I'm ready to just, give it the jab cross. Although today I didn't kickbox. So I had a report over the weekend and I was cracking up. Where my kickboxing bag is on the other side of the house, and below it is the other kitchen and living room where Gary's cousin lives. So he just happened to say, hey, because he's moving, and we wish him well. We're very excited for him, but he was so funny. He said there's like no light bulbs left down here because Janice is breaking all the light bulbs, because of the vibration of the bag. Now,
that's right, because there's a lot of cam lights down there. That would be correct, probably, yes.
So, we're, excuse me, I kind of chuckled at that because I knew that was kind of happening, but I obviously don't do a front kick. I do the action of the front kick because it's too much force. And that would, I was breaking glasses and everything. You remember that wine glass above the sink? Well, the one time they were jiggling, and then they were just like falling off. He's like, "Oh,
right." And you don't realize when you're doing that fitness, or even if you're walking, because I remember living back in Massachusetts, being in a 2-story home, our bedroom and suite was above the kitchen. And of course, the kitchen had several cam lights, and John's a hard walker. And he would always say, why are all these bulbs constantly out? I'm like, well, you're a hard walker. What does that have to do with anything? I said, the pressure. I mean, the vibration goes through the ceiling to the, the wood and whatnot, and where the cams are inserted. So yeah, that's how they bust. And you don't realize the force of whether it's fitness, whether it's walking, if you're a hard walker. And what I mean by a hard walker is your feet. You plant your feet very with precision and force. That is a hard walker. And then there's other people that are toe walkers. So this is a Monday mindset kind of thing of nothing about nothing. But a lot of people don't pay attention to how they walk. So there's generally people that are flat foot walk harder, but also a lot of people with a high arch walk harder. I don't know if they're compensating because of the arch piece, but I don't know. But they walk hard. Then you have the toe walker who will lean more forward and almost, I don't want to say like tippy toe, but they're kind of like toe walking. So their heel doesn't necessarily always come down at every step. They're more on a forward angle. And then of course you have the person that just naturally walks soft or softer. And then you also have the heel toe walker, someone who, pushes their heel down first and then their toe. And then you have the side walker. And what I mean by the side walker is someone that maybe they don't have good support in their ankles. And the way you can tell whether you're a side walker is your foot will generally kind of flip to the right or left, depending on, both ankles or whatever ankle. You'll notice it on the wear and tear of your sneakers or your shoes, where one side is really worn more than the other. So it's so funny when you look at the bottom of your soles, you can tell what kind of walker you are by the way of the wear and tear. So yeah, that's my little tidbit, nothing about nothing, but it's something about something.
Right. And you know what? That is true because I think it's my left foot. I always forget, I always know when I need a new pair of sneakers. It's just evident. Now I do exercises obviously to try to correct that, because of the issue also with my left hip that affects my hip,
Sure.
I have what's called an alpha angle on my hip. So obviously everything is connected. It's a little better. It's definitely not 100% better, but you know what we do and how we can do it. Like I can't force it to happen, but I am doing the necessary. I always make sure I do those exercises because they really are very important to the integrity of my body. For instance, if you're walking outside, and especially during this time of year where it may be snowy or specifically icy, you have better, I don't want to say traction, that's not the right word, but you have better stability that, God forbid, if you do fall, you are more apt to know how just instinctively to move your body. So hopefully you won't get as injured. Hopefully you won't be injured. That's, we don't obviously want that to happen, but just think of that, from your feet all the way up and how that affects your posture, your stature, your knees, your hips, your lower back. I mean, it just goes on and on. So how we wear our shoes, how we tread, walking affects our overall health in so many different ways. That's one of the reasons. I know there's a lot of runners out there, and you know what? I give runners, I wish I could run, but I hate running. That's just like you hate going to the gym. I hate flipping running. I love walking and I'll power walk, but I don't like to run.
Yeah, I don't either. I had ran track and field in school, and I don't even know how I actually got through it because I running is not my thing, and I was actually pretty good at it. But I've tried it a few times since then, even as early as last year with power walking. I'll do some intermittent running, but then of course I picked up pickleball, so I haven't been doing the power walking like I normally had been. Because I'm, on the court, but now I'm reintroducing fitness because obviously I had a very tough 4 weeks, but I got through it. And a lot of that had to do with having the right mindset. So when you are really looking at your overall health and wellness, talking about your body, talking about like the wear and tear of your shoes, it depicts where your body is at. And the cool thing about that is, like we talk about changing your health and wellness, your gut health, we also talk about forming new and better habits, and that comes with repetition. So if you notice that you're having a lot of wear and tear in your sneakers, guess what? And we're using sneakers, obviously, because we're talking about fitness, even your shoes. You have to be mindful of that because you're going to have to purchase new ones and or the best way to deal with that is to try to see where that wear and tear is, rotate your sneakers or your shoes often, and be mindful of, okay, obviously I walk more, I must be turning my ankle to the right. That would explain while my hip, even though I'm rotating to the right, why my left side of my hip bothers me, because I'm constantly trying to overcompensate it, unbeknownst to myself. Or you might notice the same thing with your shoulders. You're compensating one this way, and then you notice like, oh, geez, I get kinks in my back all the time. Because again, you are subconsciously overcompensating for something that your body's not doing correctly. Well, guess what? In order to change that, you have to form different habits. And the only way to change your different habits is by repetition. But you also got to be mindful of. So that's why we talk about even using fitness equipment, your sneakers. These are all things that you have to be mindful of. Is there any wear and tear? Are they working? You may even notice with different stretch bands that you're using, you may have more elasticity on one side than the other, because generally speaking, one side of our body is stronger than the other. And a lot of people, especially if you're into bodybuilding and that thing, work really hard on getting that simultaneously to have the same type of strength. And you find that. But also the other thing is you might find interesting is one side of your body is always about a half an inch, quarter inch to half an inch larger than the opposite side. It's usually your stronger side that's bigger. So you want to, how to compensate for that is you've got to mindfully be aware of your fitness equipment, which includes your sneakers and your shoes, because a lot of people do wear dress shoes to work if you're working outside of the home. And you may notice, like, geez, one of my heels just, that high heel, that sole is just cockeyed, or it's really worn on one side. That is an alert for you to say, hey, I'm out of alignment, because that's really what's going to happen. The more you walk in that funky way, whether it's favoring one side or the other, it puts you out of alignment. So we always talk about our bodies as being a fine machine, right? Well, think of it as a car. If you've got one tire that's not inflated correctly, it eventually screws up the alignment of your wheel, and you'll notice that your car isn't running. It might shake or whatever, because the car's out of alignment. Well, that's the same thing with our bodies. So we always want to try our best to make sure that we are in alignment, and there are some signs for you. So that's something to keep, mindful of on this Monday mindset, because when you're out of alignment, kind of affects your mind as well, because guess what you're focusing on? You're focusing on your aches, your pains, and you don't even know why, because you're not mindful of, oh, geez, that's right, I forgot, I got to check my shoes. And some people may not see obvious wear and tear, but I bet you probably 8 out of 10 will, one side or the other, or maybe both sides. I'm a people watcher, and I do watch the way they walk. I see so many people walking on the outer part of their ankle, meaning that their ankle is rolled, so now they're on the soles of their outer soles. You might find somebody that walks the old-fashioned term pigeon-toed, so their toes are going more inward, so they're naturally going to have more wear and tear on their inner soles. So it's just interesting. It's just an interesting thing that I started really noticing. And I'm more mindful now of my sneakers, because I have a tendency, I have weaker ankles, which I'm working on. I'm doing a lot of rotation, stretching of the ankle up and down. Like if you get on an incline or you're on, say, the side of a curb or a step, go up and down on your toes. It's a great way to strengthen your ankles. Then if you're sitting, say you're just sitting and visiting and or watching TV, whatever, just revolve, keep moving your ankles around in circles and do those kinds of exercises. That's going to strengthen your ankle. And some of us need that extra support. So say you're really into fitness or running or tennis or pickleball, but if you got a weak ankle, don't think twice about putting on a little bit of a brace. They've got these great easy braces now that are almost like socks. That's going to give you that extra support, which is also going to help the wear and tear of your sneaker.
Yes, and speaking of the trainer that I follow on YouTube, I've talked about him before, Donovan Green. He just, I get updates from him, and he has, I haven't checked it out yet, but he has a video now on ankle exercises, and I think he's just amazing. And you know, obviously his motto is, if you can sit, you can get fit. And that's absolutely true. So, and we have some people watching us, and I just want to give them a shout out. Good morning to everyone, and happy Valentine's Day.
That's right.
You know, so much.
Everyone feeling the love.
Right. You know what? And Gary said a few days ago, geez, we go from Super Bowl to Valentine's Day. So
I didn't watch the Super Bowl. Did you watch the Super Bowl?
we did, but what we didn't realize, we're about 2 months into live streaming. We didn't realize that we could watch it live through Sling. So we were thinking,
Oh, you did, because we couldn't figure that out. We have Sling, and John couldn't figure out where we would watch it, which was okay, because I wasn't really into the game.
Well,
the halftime show. I wanted to see the halftime show, which I did see pieces of it.
We did. We were like, it was like 5 minutes into the game before we figured out, because I was trying to download the NBC app on Poppy's TV, which I did. And so Gary sent Brett a text and he said, just watch it through Sling. And I'm like, oh, duh, I didn't even think to check there.
So you downloaded NBC for free?
Yeah, you got to sign in, but I didn't know the password. So I couldn't get in that way. So Gary texted Brett and he said, just watch it through Sling. So with the live TV, a lot of what I've been doing now is I hit the guide button and you can see which programs are
right.
live.
And that's what we did. And then we saw, we didn't see NBC. So John goes, well, I'm not paying. I don't like that network anyways. I'm not paying for it.
Yeah, but the game itself was, they both did an amazing job. The Rams and was it the Bengals, Cincinnati Bengals?
Yes, yeah, it was the Bengals and the Rams. You know, the only connection I felt to that, which Uncle John, our uncle, kindly reminded me of, is the Rams. Vaughn, I can't think of his first name. Was an excellent player, and I know Belichick thinks of him as kind of like an LT, Lawrence Taylor, and close to as good as Lawrence Taylor, because Belichick just absolutely loves Lawrence Taylor. But anyways, when our cousin Shane was working out in that area, and where I believe he was part of the Denver Broncos originally, that was one of our cousin Shane Crawford's favorite athlete of that team. And once he found out that Shane was terminally ill, he sent him a jersey. I'm not sure if he visited him, but he sent him a jersey and signed it. So that side of the family was rooting for the Rams, because Vaughn is on that team now. So I said, okay, well, that's a pretty cool connection. We were busy watching, you know, everything Marvel with the kids, because they absolutely love that. But I did see some live streaming of the halftime show. And I guess there was a lot of chatter about the halftime show. Did you like it? Did you not? I would say it was more of a 50-50 split. From my perspective, I do like rap. I do enjoy it. I do love 50 Cent. I do love Eminem. So I was, and I actually thought Dre did an excellent job on the piano. He's so talented. So I actually enjoyed pieces of it. I didn't watch the whole thing. I actually got to see 50 Cent and I got to see Eminem. So I was really excited. And of course, Dre playing the piano. So I absolutely love that. But there are a lot of people in our age bracket that don't classify rap as music. And I always say, you know, I'm eclectic with music. I love all types of music. But the beauty of music and the artistry of it, when you really think about a song, and not all, I mean, there are a few out there that are not necessarily telling a story, but I think if you listen to it, Eminem is one of those that if you really, you know, kind of get past the vulgar language, because a lot of their expression is with a lot of swears, there's always a story that is telling. Same thing with 50 Cent. And 50 Cent has actually gone on to bigger things than just being a rap singer, which is pretty big in itself to be that successful. He's an actor. He's into a lot of different things. So he's branched out along with so many of them. So they're very diverse. But I love it because if you take the time, there's a story that they're telling within the rap. And a lot of people don't take the time because they get too sidetracked by the vulgar language. And that's part of the expression of what they're doing. So that doesn't really bother me. But I wouldn't say it was the best halftime show, but it certainly was not the worst. I've seen a lot worse. And I was actually very much entertained.
Yeah, I thought it was a good halftime show. And the beauty of that is walk into a different room, turn your TV off if you don't and that's the beauty of something like that. I think my favorite halftime show, excuse me, of all time was actually 2001. Britney Spears, Justin Timberlake, NSYNC, and that my famous rock band, Aerosmith.
I absolutely loved when Prince was the halftime show. And of course, no one could do the Star Spangled Banner better than Whitney Houston. Nobody, hands down. Class, she is the goat of the singing that. She just, you can't replace a singer like that. She's just,
that was amazing. So that's my take on Super Bowl Sunday, the start of Valentine's Day. Ooh, so many good things happening. And just to let everyone know, we will be on at a different time tomorrow. We will be on at 7:30 at night.
Yes, we're reaching a different type of audience. A lot of our viewers always comment and message, hey, how about doing a two sisters at night? Because a lot of people first thing in the morning is difficult for them. They're busy getting, the kids off to school, and a lot of people, or getting ready for work, and they'll catch us later on the day on the replay. But a lot like to see it live as well. So we are going to be now doing Tuesdays and Thursdays at night. So we're pretty excited about that, and just a different base, different way of doing it. And I like it because, the viewership is going to be a little bit different. So won't the topics. They'll still be going in with trending and actually Triumph Tuesday and still trending Thursday, just with a little more twist, a little more nighttime flair.
Right. And we're not cemented on the time. We're definitely 7:30 tomorrow night. But we're excited to kind of shake things up a little bit here. And that's the beauty of having your own business. But more importantly, enjoying what you love to do, sharing your passion and everything with everybody. And I think that that's just kind of a neat kind of thing. We're like honored and privileged to do this. And we love to do it. You heard it here, like this. Oh, I have something very significant. Girl Sue doesn't even know this. I gotta get my little, I call this my little cheat sheet of our podcast. I need a drum roll.
I'm not good at drum roll. I can't even whistle.
So today is episode 400.
Wow, 400.
400 chit chats, 400 podcasts. And you know
400 chit chats. That's cool.
The very cool thing about that too is, when we first started out, like I listened to those first couple of podcasts and I crack up. It just, to me, so funny. We're just like, kind of flubbing through it. But here's the beauty of that too. There's somebody out there who wants to try this or do this. You can do it. You can do it. So just kind of keep that in mind. The first time I can remember going live on Facebook through Zoom, I had no clue what I'm doing now. It's just like I could do it in my sleep. But the point being, there is a story behind your passion. That passion supports your story. You have a story to tell. Somebody's out there waiting to hear your story. And on that note, my name is Janice, aka Wellness Diva 5.0, and I'm with TwoSistas,
and this is Carol Sue, aka Naughty Boss, wishing all of our viewers, listeners, and even if you're not, this is your first time on, feel that love. Happy Valentine's Day. Make sure that you wish everyone that you love and care about a happy Valentine's Day. It is not just for the sweethearts. It is for everybody, because Valentine's Day is all about sharing love. So don't think, oh, I'm alone this Valentine's Day, or I don't have that special person. Everyone has somebody special in their lives. And this is the opportunity, which you should be doing every day anyways, but just letting them know how much you care and how much they mean to you and how much they impact your life. That's the whole beauty of Valentine's Day. We will see you tomorrow at 7:30 for a nighttime version of Triumph Tuesday. You guys enjoy your Valentine's Day. Love to all.
Peace out. Have a great day.